Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I'm going to do a little bit of sewing and I thought I would turn my camera on and call it a crumb chat. We're going to be working on some salvages. They can be considered crumbs. I had cut a bunch of squares. I don't know if they were 10-inch squares or 8-inch. I can't remember. Hang on. I think they're 10-inch squares. And I got some leftovers like this, but these are pretty cool because they're folds and they make some nice, fairly wide pieces. I have the two colors, so I'm just going to save those to do a penny auction with those. And these, I thought, I'll just sew them together. Gray, blue, gray, blue, gray, blue. So we're going to do that in a minute. But I want to show you the auction that goes with this video. I keep saying I'd like to try just selling some crumbs, things like that. Well, that's what I'm doing this time. I have pictures of all of these on the eBay listing. The link is in the description of this video. The bidding starts at 1 penny, free shipping. Outside USA has to pay shipping. And I have 80 single baby crumbs. They're just one piece. There's nothing sewn on them. I have a couple that are a little bit smaller just because look, because I needed to have that in there. And I have this little one too. And that one might be a salvage. I don't think so. There are some that are salvages. There are some that, let's see, and you can trim the salvage off if you don't like it. You'll see all the pictures if you go to the eBay listing. I show you every picture. They're thready, they're cut crooked, because that's what crumbs are. What else? Oh, there are some duplicates. You'll see some of the same prints. I couldn't be too fussy, you know. I picked 80 of them. That's what I could fit on my black background board. I was gonna do 100, but I said, okay, 80's enough. We'll give it a shot. Like you have this weird piece that has a donut hole on it. So go look at the auction and go look at all the pictures. And I just think it'll be kind of cute. And I'm curious to see if anybody wants my crumbs. Some of these probably came from Maine. I would think so. You know, some of these prints. And, you know, some I don't always remember. But, boy, I do remember a lot of the prints that I've had. All right, go check it out. And you get exactly this. I've got some stories to tell about some of the fabric that I buy because I do shop on eBay for certain things that I know I can cut, and it surprises me what some people get away with. I'll tell you. It'll be a story time. And I hate it with a passion when they'll show a stack of fabric. I can't even show you how high. It'll be way tall like this. And they'll say 100 5-inch squares. 100 5-inch squares is like this. It's not way tall. And, you know, somewhere in the descriptions usually it will say, you know, 100 of the, you know, the prints that you see, but then it'll also say, prints are a sample of what you might get, and oh my goodness. But anyway, let's not get into that right now. So these have fuzzy, and I don't think I'm going to do any top stitching. I could have done that, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to, I like the fuzzies though, but I just don't feel like, now I have to think. Nope, I'm just going to sew them together and we're going to be losing the fuzzies. Because if I were to top stitch, I would have to change the color of my thread, and I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm just going to put 2 pieces together. I guess I'm putting a non-fuzzy edge on top of a fuzzy edge. And I'm just going to sew, I'm going to sew on the fuzzy edge And then I'll be able to make sure that I'm sewing on the inside of the fuzzies. I don't know why I'm making this so difficult. Let's do it! And then let's do 2 more, right? Because that's the way we do things around here. So I'm going to put a non-fuzzy edge and then a fuzzy edge. And it can be wonky. Okay, I want blue and a gray. What did we say? Non-fuzzy, and then I'll put a fuzzy down, and then I can see that I'm capturing the fuzzies. The fuzzies are going to be in the seam allowance. This blue, I don't care if I'm putting 2 wide ones together or 2 narrow or narrow wide, does not matter. It's surprising. I'm going to use this one even though it's got the writing. It's surprising what you can do with scraps. It really is. I used to make some amazing things with scraps. I'd have leftovers from like a quilt I made or something, and then I would make some stuff with that. It was fun. It was a challenge, and I loved it. I should do that again, but I have a life now. Don't have time for everything I want to do. Whoops. Okay, I'm not sewing on the fuzzy. That's okay. There's fuzzy touching fuzzy here. Doesn't really matter. Okay, like this. Now we're going to put these together. And I have done some work on my 2-inch squares for the king size quilt top. That's just 2-inch squares. And everything now is in 8 patches. I've got that complete, and I'm putting the 8 patches together for 16 patches. It's coming out good, and I will have an update for that soon to show you what I have accomplished. Now I'm tempted to go and press, but I'm in a hurry. I guess I don't know why I'm in a hurry, but I'm in a hurry. And now I'm going to do the blue on the gray. Some of that's going to be narrow, and that's okay. I'll press when I get them all done. Alright, so let's see. Did you hear that? It's a train. I love train sounds. What the heck? There we go. Okay, I'll put the gray, huh? Nope. The gray on the blue. I hope I did these right. Blue, gray, I did. just these now. I think I'll push this one back. And this, like this. There. I will put these fuzzies together. Yes, I'm making sure I've got the right colors together. It's not going to make a very big piece because, you know, a lot of seams. I could have, and almost did, want to put muslin strips between them, but I thought I just don't have the time for that. And I just want to show you what you can do with just some salvages. I want to show myself what we can do. Now these would really make adorable little blocks. When you would have all your pieces sewn together, you could, you know, see which is the most narrow, or you could have planned, you know, to try to make them even this way. Let's say you wanted 2-inch squares. You probably can get 4, I don't know, maybe 5, no, 4, because these were 10 inches and that's not going to be even. So you can get 4 2-inch squares out of there and they would be adorable. Adorable, I promise you that. I don't even know how to open. Did I sew both sides of this? Oh my goodness, no. Okay, this one's very narrow. Look, it's just like that. Very narrow. But we'll sew them together. Okay, so I blue, gray. I'm going to put that together. And if this seam is in my way, I just push it that way. Gotta be aggressive sometimes. I just want to make sure I'm on the fabric. I think I am. Oh yeah, I have to take this off because I'm going to add the other piece. So, okay. You know, you notice I never did any trimming. I didn't trim the salvages, none of that shit. Okay, that's going to be fine. Like that. I'm going to put a gray to a blue. That's all I care about. Oh, I'm going to flip it so that I can sew on the fuzzy side. Start it out a little bit. Just let me go press this open. Are you ready? I love this. And I got very lucky with the words on the salvages that they're all in the same direction. I didn't even take that into consideration. Look at this. Even though it's like little flower petals, it looks like mosaic, doesn't it? And you know I love mosaic. And look, I believe they're all in the right direction. That, 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 and that. Oh my goodness. And I pushed all the seams to the same side. They happen to be this way. This way. Look how nice. What a nice tote bag that would make. Because, you know, it's kind of thick. And if you wanted, you could add iron-on fusible to that side to make it that much stiffer and just hold all your salvages in place. I love it. Now, we'll do something with this in the next Crumb chat. I might cut it into pieces. I don't know. Let me just see for the hell of it what it measures. I'm not going to measure the fuzzy way down there. Now I could have, but if I would have turned that, my word would be upside down. I have one fuzzy edge, but that's okay. Whatever happens to this, that edge will go away if it's part of something else, so you can just trim it off. So I have like 5.5. And then, it's going to be close to 10, 9.5, because I'm not all even. I was pretty even, though. I mean, I wasn't attempting to achieve an even edge. That wasn't my goal at all. See what we can do with things that would just get thrown away. This is a nice piece of fabric. So we'll come up with something for it. All right? Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. And go check out the auction and give those baby crumbs a new home. Bye.